All right, we're gonna start this interview. The interview is an information interview assignment. Today's date is Wednesday, April 13th, 2022. I'm doing this interview with Mr. Malik Thomas. And Malik, before we start off, I want you to say who you are, background, education. Introduce yourself, please.
My name is Malik Thomas, and I'm the food bank's supervisor at Muslim Welfare Center. And my background is I'm from Sri Lanka, and I'm working here for like past 9 years. And yeah,
Malik, if you don't mind, I ask, is there a certain education that you have done before coming to the food bank?
yes. So I did a social service worker, refugee and immigrants at Seneca. Um, and after that, I got the job here, and I'm started working here.
Thank you, Malik. So I'll proceed on to the second question, which is, what are your main responsibilities at the Muslim Welfare Canada Food Bank?
My main responsibilities would be that, I mean, as you know, at Muslim Welfare Center, we have a number of programs, and our main program is the Halal Food Bank, and we provide like food for our clients daily basis. My responsibility would be more like when whatever food items that comes into the warehouse, we make sure we sort them out and we put it on the shelf, and the clients when they come here, they will get the food. But other than that, I have other projects that going on throughout the year, like Project Ramadan backpack program. Project Ramadan, we build like 6,000 food hampers, and we have like backpack program that we build backpacks for kids, and we have a couple of soup kitchen programs, and also so pretty much all these programs I'm kind of like backing up everything. Um, and we have a free medical clinic here as well. So all these programs that I'm kind of like backing up throughout the year.
I like to add on that Malik is also the man behind the scenes, so he doesn't get that much credit, but he does. He's like the backbone. So we're gonna proceed to the third question. Um, I say, what do you like most about your work?
The most thing I like about my work is that it's when I come every day, I meet with a lot of people, and there's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff in daily basis, a lot of struggles, and so when I come here, we I'm happy that I'm able to welcome them, and like treat them, and provide them all the resources. And for instance, I could say like there was one incident that one of this brother came, and he just mentioned that he don't want any food, but he needs like a suit for his interview. So as you know, we also have food bank plus.
Go on.
So the brother, he was looking for a suit for his interview, and it's kind of made me like, so I took him to the food bank. I asked him if he wants any food, but he said no. I just need a suit for the interview, and we were able to find like a nice suit and some shoes too. So as you know, not only we provide food, we also have like essential other items, like we have like clothing and like other like essential items, right? So when I gave him all these items, and he felt so happy, and he felt so confident himself, and that kind of like made me like so happy that he's here to do something, and he's trying his best, but he requested something from us that can help him to pursue his future career or whatever. But so I was so happy that like he got the job. That's something that made me so happy, that something small which makes a big, like, huge difference. And he came back the next day, and he said, what, I got the job. He was so happy. And that moment I felt that, okay, this, it could be like these small things that can change people's life. So that's how I like about this job, that I could make a big difference in people's life.
That's such a nice story that you shared about how what the part that you like about your job that you're doing at the Muslim Welfare Canada. And yeah, it's the little things that count, I believe, that create a big effect in individuals' lives, right? You don't need to be like a superhero. You are a superhero through small things, right?
Correct. Like I would say, like as I mentioned before, like small things it makes a big difference, and it's remarkable how we, as you know, we run the food bank and other programs, and we are so happy that it helps our clients to. It helps that like in like many ways, and even like providing them more resources and everything.
All right, thank you, Malik. Just like every job, there's a part that we don't like as much. So I want you to share that. What do you like least about the workplace? This is question number 4.
The least that I don't like about the work is that, I mean, sometimes when clients comes in and they're looking for certain products, like like we also provide like baby items like baby diapers and baby food and everything. Sometimes we feel like sometimes I feel really bad, like that I'm like like we're kind of like sending them back, telling them, hey, you know what, we don't have this. So that's like my least. That's something I don't like about, like saying no to people.
Yeah.
But it happens, and yeah.
All right. I guess Malik's someone that doesn't like sending people empty-handed. Is that true?
Correct. Yeah.
I feel you, Malik, about this. Okay. Question number 5 is I see you basically every day, but I'm gonna ask because this is the part of the interview. So, what is a typical day or week being Malik at the Muslim Canada Welfare? And you can tell me you drink your coffee and boom, how does the day go through?
So as you know, my day started off like, as he mentioned, I love coffee. I just wake up in the morning, have my coffee, and I get the energy and start working throughout the day. And as you know, like we have, like as I mentioned before, we have a lot of programs going on. So food bank is one of them, and we have like senior Meals on Wheels program that we do on Tuesday. So every day is a different day, and every month we serve like close to like 10,000 families like in Mississauga and Scarborough. So every day it's a busy day for us, as our programs start growing up, and we are like, so every day is like a busy day, I would say.
I also like to add on because I noticed that you don't just work in the Scarborough campus. Is that right? Where else do you work when it comes to the organization?
So since I'm a food bank supervisor, I'm actually dealing with the food bank at Mississauga as well. So we have a number of clients in Mississauga as well. That so in terms of the logistic wise, sending products, receiving products, and make sure they're also running the food bank properly with all the proper resources for the clients.
So, question number 6. What kind of problems do you deal with? So, when it comes to problems, I would like you to maybe describe a little bit, maybe with client base or also within the organization that you believe.
So the problems that we face that, as you know, we when we register a food bank client in our food bank, we make sure see that they're eligible to get the food. So so we always like go through their like all their information, make sure they're eligible, and to if they're eligible to get the food. So it's like it's it's a bit challenging for us, and we have to go through all this personal information because we have to find that out if they're in need, and we also make sure that say that this client is only taking food from one location rather than like if they're taking from Mississauga as well. So we try to see all this information and make sure we serve them better. So that's the main focus, I would say.
I see. So, the next question is, which is question number 7. Um, I like to put this in words like where do you see yourself within 5 years? For instance, do you see yourself continuing doing what you're doing right now, or would you see yourself taking another path? Tell me about that.
That's a good question. I would see myself after 5 years. Um, I would say like serving the community more. Like it could be any like could be any different kind of way, but it's always that giving back to the community. Even I move on with something else, but I would still like in the community. Like probably like volunteering. Like even I do volunteer now too. Even I'm working here, but I also do volunteer other organization like
Yeah.
with other food banks.
Yeah.
So I always want to like I always want to like stay connected with the community and give back to the community.
Thank you, Malik. So, when it comes to, I noticed you said serving the community and helping the community. So you're someone that's involved in the community. And the next question, or I would like to say is, what do you find in the field that you're doing, which is serving the community, that you feel like there's a issue, like a issue that's continuously happening? So you talked about how you're helping the community, or you like to help, continue on. So tell me.
So the issue is that happening right now with the community is that um, it's like we actually our food bank clients are rising up. That's actually really bad. That's not good. Like we see like after the COVID, after the pandemic, and our client base is it's increased like 2 3 times, which is really sad to see. So that's one of the reason that I would I wouldn't say as an issue. That's the biggest issue I would say. So there's a lot of people who are in need, and um, we are trying our best to serve everyone. But it's I would say that's the main thing.
Okay, so I see that with helping the community, the goal is like to decrease the challenges such as shortage of foods and stuff, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So I have the next question is question number 9, which is what steps would you recommend, for instance, take me as an example that to enter this type of field. So you said community service, right? So what steps would you say, one, two, three, what steps should I take?
I would say number one, to stay connected with the community, you have to volunteer, and as you're doing as a placement student, you're like gaining all this experience in the community and in the food bank, especially the food bank sector. So the second thing would be like there's so many other fields also you can get more experience from, like counseling, and also like there's other session that you can do, workshops, and and giving resources for the clients. So I would say like keep doing what you're doing right now, but also try to like find many other way to that you can help the community in different ways.
Okay, I see. So like workshops and
Workshops and
volunteering.
volunteering and other kind of counseling, if you're like pursuing into like social service worker in the future, like more you can do all this as a youth worker. There's so much things you could do.
Thank you, Malik. So the next question is, so you explained like the steps. So what would be a skill that you believe that like for instance, if I were to come in and work in the organization here, or even like you said, a different organization, what type of skills when it comes to like you believe that's essential or like important?
I would say the most like important skill that you need if you're working at a sector like this is that number one, it has to be your communication skills. Make sure when you communicate with your client, and you have to be patient as well. You have to understand what they're saying first, and after that you have to find a way that the way that you can help them, because everybody goes through like a lot in life, so we don't know what they've been through. So number one, we have to be really patient, even though we have our other problems, like personal problems, and we still have to be with patient with them and listen to them, and try like help them in any other way. So that's I would say communication and be patient.
Thank you, Malik. So communication and being patient. That's something that I think all of us have to work on. And I noticed that you're pretty good at that. And doing my placement, I seen you dealing with clients, and you're really patient, and you communicate very well.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I think this is one of this is another question. When do you think, or is there like job openings or like opportunities, I would like to say instead, in the organization that you work at here? So Muslim Canada Welfare. When is the best chance for Hamza or a student to come in and get a job offering or a position? Do you believe?
So we every summer we get like placement students if they want to apply um, for job offers for a summer, and we also have like other programs, and recently we were hiring a lot of counselors, social service workers at the shelter, would be shelter. So there's always opening there. So and here also we do, but mostly like summertime we get the opening and we hire like people for the like summer positions, and after that also if something comes up we'll always keep our like our volunteers, like our students, keep them posted.
Okay. Thank you, Malik. And is there any final words or thoughts that you'd like to share?
The final thoughts I would like to share is that like as a social service worker, it's not about like you might have a lot of stuff going through with you, but it's all about like you have to like help the community and make sure you're like, as I mentioned like before, like be patient, communicate properly, and just find the right resources for them. It all these small things, it makes a big difference. As I gave you example with the suit, one of the brother went for the interview. That's something small, it makes a big difference. And we do have like a lot of food bank clients. They're coming back to us and telling us that they want to cancel the as a client, they want to cancel the to get the food, and they want to like they got the job and they move on, becoming independent. Yeah, and they're like, we there's quite a bit of like clients that actually come in and like telling that, but we feel happy about that they're moving on and they're pursuing whatever they in their life, getting a job and going back to school, so all these things. So I would say like do like try your best, do whatever you can, and it'll come back around.
Thank you so much, Malik. I appreciate that you took the time off during your lunch break, I assume, or during your break. Once again, thank you for Professor Summer listening through this interview. And yes, I just want to put this out. Malik Thompson is aware about this being recorded, and it would be used for the assignment. And thank you once again, Malik.
Thank you for having me, Hamza. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's perfect.